Hey, before we start, I just have a quick question. When you were a kid, did you have a place that you liked to go when maybe you were sad or you were having a bad day? Maybe the kids at school made fun of you and you got off the bus and you came home. What did you do? Where would you go? Did you have a place where you felt safe? Can you feel that place? Can you remember it? A place maybe where you would smile. Maybe someone that would make you laugh. Something. Can you tap into that feeling of what it felt like to feel safe and cozy or free and alive? For me, it was always either I would, I'd stare at my ceiling and dream of a world where everything in my life was how I wanted it to be. I didn't really feel like the way that my life was when I was a kid was what I wanted, and so I would dream and daydream and wish and imagine what life would be like. And when I was maybe upset or sad, I would always go out and go to my backyard and I'd climb the shed on the side of our house. And I was probably 8, and I would climb the shed and I would sit up there. And then if I had the courage, I would climb one of the roof and sit there for a little while. Just kind of I don't know, air out my frustrations and feel my feelings. And I don't know, it's just something about sitting up there above everything just made me feel so free, so calm. And within 10 minutes or so, I would come down from it and I'd be like, oh man, it's all good. Go back in, maybe go play the Wii, play some Mario Kart, or go play Nerf guns with my brother, or maybe my mom was cooking dinner. But there's a lot of places that I can remember from being a kid where it just felt good to be there. My feel-good places. And so, kind of during this video, I just kind of want to recreate the feeling of what it feels like to feel good, to feel safe. And I'm really thankful for you guys. Just that I said in the comments to someone last video, I think one of the best compliments I have ever received and have been receiving is that I'm able to create a safe place. Like, guys, that's the goal. Like, that's the dream. Like, if I'm doing that, then I'm so happy. Like, that's amazing. And it makes me feel so valued, and appreciated. So thank you. Thank you for being here and clicking on this video and spending time with me. I had a bit of a stressful day. I have those. We all do. Feeling a bit overwhelmed. But I came home and I took care of myself for a little while. I'm feeling a bit better now. But I just kind of had this video concept in mind. And let's, get into it, get started. I'm going to be cooking dinner soon, so I thought I would maybe include a clip of me cooking. Maybe some of the sizzling sounds of, the beef in the pan or whatever else I decide to make that could be good for ASMR. But, yeah, what do I have around me? I have my hands. I can do some hand movements, some calming hand movements to relax you. Maybe you had a difficult day as well, a little bit stressful. But it's okay, because we don't have to think about that right now. it's over. But it's always good to learn, and maybe we'll start off with something that always makes me feel good after I do it, which is maybe writing some things down. If you want to take, let's say, a minute to write down, maybe 2 minutes to write down maybe what's on your mind so that you can fully relax into the video, I think that would really help, because it helps me. I think even if we're able to focus, I think sometimes it's easy to get distracted if our mind is cluttered and there's something going on in the background that's taking you away from being able to fully experience what you're doing, and fully be present. And I think being able to fully experience something brings a different level of healing and comfort. So let's take a moment here. If you have a pen and paper, pencil, paper, maybe your journal, maybe you have a roommate who's talking in the background of your ASMR video, I'm gonna go punch him. Should I? Nah, I won't do that. It's his house too. But, if you have what you need to journal or write, I would encourage you to write down just a quick brain dump off the bat. Like, what's on your mind right now? What are you thinking about? What are you going through? What can't you get off? And don't judge what you're writing down. Don't try to make it perfect. I try to do that. I try to choose my words, and I think there's a time and a place for writing of that style creatively, whatnot. But I also think that this is just the purpose of this is just to get things off your mind, get it on the page, so you can fully relax and engage in this feel-good ASMR video, because it's really nice to feel good and to feel at peace. I heard a concept recently that it's better to, feel at peace than it is to feel happy. And I feel like happiness is fleeting. Nothing's permanent in terms of feelings and experiences, and everything will pass, but I think peace is something that you can experience continuously, even in hard situations. But it's something that's challenging to attain. It takes, if you think of your mind like a garden, you have to tend to the garden, you have to water the garden. And sometimes we forget about the garden, and we're so caught up in, adventures away from the garden. And adventure sounds like a great thing, which it is. I love adventures. And maybe adventure is not the right term to use here. Maybe you're caught up in someone else's garden, or maybe someone has entered your garden. I love this analogy. What? I feel like I got this from somewhere. There's no way. This is kind of great. Anyways, credit to where credit's due. But if someone else has entered your garden, sometimes they can destroy some plants. They might step on a plant of yours. That might be some feeling or deep-seated need of yours that can be hard to rebuild. The plant may be smushed, it may wither. But the thing about the garden is you can always plant again, you can always grow back. And that means that even if things aren't the way that they were before, I think sometimes we try to attain what was, and the focus is, can I get that feeling back? Can I get that person back? Can I get that experience in life back? Like I was talking about my childhood, and while I appreciate my childhood, I can't go back, And so thinking that things were better back then only keeps me focused on something that I think is impossible to attain, which is something that already happened, a feeling that already happened. It's nearly impossible. It is impossible to recreate, the exact circumstances of that time. And so I think what we aim for is something And we could aim for something new, to plant new plants and flowers that are equally as beautiful, and to create new memories and experiences that can last a lifetime. And so when we may step on sometimes our own plants, or forget to water them, and get caught up in work, get caught up in school, get caught up in a mental storm. Its storm might come through. You might have a tornado. You might have a hurricane. You might have, a hailstorm. It might freeze, and the plants might freeze and die. And what do you do when your garden is destroyed? What do you do when you have no plants left? And, everything's ruined and, everything is going wrong. You have no one to help you rebuild. It's just you, and you don't even feel like rebuilding. And I think the answer is you can rebuild. It's hard to rebuild when you have little to start with. And I think I feel that way sometimes. When you build something, you work at something so hard, and it doesn't work out, or it comes crashing down. I think for me, I work really hard on maintaining my mental strength and fortitude. And sometimes I go through really challenging periods, like maybe I have a really stressful week, or a really stressful month, or some event happens in my life that completely throws me off track, and I end up nowhere near my garden, and the garden that I once knew is no longer the same. Someone else came and planted in new things, that weeds, spread pesticides, something that took over the garden, and now my garden is not what I remember it being like. And I think that is also a metaphor for change. I think change can overwhelm you, and can, it can be scary when the garden that you once knew is no longer the garden that you have. And how do you navigate that, When I first got here for school, I didn't know anyone. It's a new environment. It was scary. And it's my first time moving away from home. But I'm 2 months in, and it all feels normal. And for everyone, the adjustment period is different, but the reassuring thing is that you will get used to it. You will feel safe. And it will be okay, Yeah, I'll stop there. But that's what was on my heart, I guess, to share. And hopefully that is insightful, inspiring, or a feel-good conversation. But anyways, shifting gears, as we do. We started off a bit deeper this time, which I usually don't start off like that. I usually like to end like that. But I really have no problem with that. I'm not in the silly mood at the moment, so I'm bringing you a change of pace. And I'm going to maybe hit the singing bowl a few times, just to solidify the moment that we shared. And to prepare us for the next part of the video, whatever that may be. So, well, how are you, my friend? Once again, I've been so encouraged by the comments. It's cool to be able to connect with so many people from all over the world. And it may seem minimal, but to me it means a lot. It's a great addition to my week. As many of you know, I'm currently in dental school, and so we're pretty much constantly in classes, or in and out of class, in and out of lab, studying. It can be overwhelming, tiring, and stressful. So just seeing a comment that I made a difference, or helped you, or made you feel safe, means a lot to me in my week. So don't underestimate the power you have to influence and impact others, even if it's me. So I may start cooking dinner now, and we will... What are you looking at? No, I'm playing. So I ended up cooking dinner, and I don't want to end the video abruptly here. I don't think that would be fair to you. I said I was gonna shift gears, and so I will give you a few more minutes of my time, at least 5 minutes of my time, and just sit here and chat with you. I know I talked about a specific theme for the first 15 or so minutes of the video, but I think I want to, continue with the feel-good theme and maybe ask you some feel-good questions. So I think something that makes us feel good is nostalgia and reminiscing on times that we really cherish. So I'm gonna have you go into your memory banks and maybe pull out some memories that you treasure, and we'll just sit here for a couple minutes and chat, just giving you a little bit of time to maybe connect with yourself and think about, what your life has been like. So, and I know for some people, challenging memories may pop up as well, and I'm fully aware of that. And if they do, then this is a good opportunity to maybe write down some thoughts about it and to connect with your experiences. Just to be aware, you don't have to fix it, you don't have to make it go away, you don't have to react. You can just sit here, even if the thoughts and feelings, this is a really good skill I want to encourage you in. Even if the thoughts and feelings are scary, you can still sit there and be unmovable, be unshakable. Even if it feels scary, you don't have to run. I promise. You can stay there. You can sit it out. You can face it. You don't have to do anything with it. That's the crazy part. You just sit there and you accept that it's there, and you don't try to make it go away. You don't try to fix it. You don't try to solve it. It's there. And that's okay. If you can master that skill, oh boy, that is a valuable skill to have in life, because it allows you to no longer be controlled by things, to let emotions and thoughts and other people and situations control how you respond. And then you start to see the strength and power that you truly have. And so, that is what I'm cultivating. And I want to encourage you to think about it. Just think about it. So, question number one is, what were your favorite snacks as a kid? Did you have a favorite snack? Did you have a favorite treat? Did you have a favorite drink? My favorite treat was Oreos from Trader Joe's specifically. And I would go through a lot of them. A lot as a kid. My favorite drink was probably milk, I'm not gonna lie. I would drink like 5 glasses of milk per day. Speaking of which, I have some milk right here. So, I haven't stopped drinking milk. Milk and Oreos, boom, better combo. Favorite drink goes well with favorite treat. Favorite snack. I'm not sure if I had a favorite snack. So, I'll give you another moment to maybe think about it. You taste it, remember it, feel it. Remember where you were when you tasted it. What things you can smell, what things you can hear. You know, what people were there in your life at the time. Next, what was your favorite game growing up? Your favorite board game, your favorite video game, your favorite, if you weren't a video game or board game type of person, maybe what was your favorite TV show? For me, it was probably Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii. Or it was the Mario Brothers game on the Wii as well. The new Super Mario Brothers, it was called. Those were two of my favorites growing up. Those were two of my favorites. On the PlayStation, what did I play on the PlayStation? Oh, Spyro the Dragon on my PlayStation 1. That was huge. Spyro 1, 2, and 3, I believe, are the ones that I had. Those were great. And like I said, I don't know if I finished my sentence or not, but if you have a favorite movie, maybe you could share your favorite movie as well. If you're not a gaming person, what was your favorite TV show or your favorite movie growing up? One nostalgic TV show I really miss is Johnny Test. I feel like that one was really good. I'll swear. And my favorite movie that I think is nostalgic for me is most likely going to be the Home Alone series. Home Alone taught me not to be scared of burglars, because as a kid I was terrified that someone was going to put a ladder up to my window and come and steal me. And I had that rationally irrational fear for many years of the early part of my life, and it would scare me every night as I was trying to fall asleep. And so when I finally saw that this little kid absolutely beat the hell out of those bad guys, beat the tar out of the bad guys, I was like, yes, I can do this. I'm no longer scared. And so that empowered me, low-key. Well, next, what was your favorite trip you went on growing up? Maybe it was a school trip, maybe it was with family, maybe it was with your friend's family. I remember my favorite trip growing up was with one of my best friends, my childhood best friend, and I went with him and his family to their beach house, and we spent the entire week playing 2K, Madden, listening to music, playing Clash Royale. This is when Clash Royale first came out. I was in 7th grade, and that was probably nine years ago, according to my Clash Royale badge that I have that says I've been playing for 9 years. That's why I say it's been 9 years. And so I think 9 years ago, when Clash first came out, that was huge. We were watching Clash Royale videos, and we were just 1v1ing in 2K and Madden all day, and like clipping our favorite moments and laughing and, you know, suntanning, going out to the beach, going go-karting and mini golfing and spending lots of time with his family, which it was heaven for me, I'm telling you. My life growing up was really good at a lot of times, but also like really sucky at other times. I had so many chores as a kid, and so being a kid, you have school all day, then you come home for a couple hours, and I wasn't allowed to play video games during the week. And so the highlight of my week was like the few hours that I got to play on the weekends, or if I got to see my friends, because a lot of time was spent doing yard work. A lot of my weekend, hours and hours and hours of my weekends were spent doing that, and then I also had to study and do homework, and so it was definitely like not my favorite thing. It built a lot of perseverance, but I envied my friends who had lenient parents that would let them do whatever they wanted. And now I don't envy them anymore, but I envied them at the time. And I am thankful that my parents worked me hard sometimes you end up coming back to it. You know it, and I couldn't really take away the drive that had been instilled into me, and so that's a cool thing. But what's another feel-good topic? I think music is really feel-good. Feel-good music reminds me of the song Feel Good Inc. by Gorillaz, which reminds me of the time period when I was listening to that and all of the people and places that were in my life at the time. And I think it's amazing to think about. I think it's amazing may not even be the right word. It's absurd and it's fascinating how just listening to a song can, trigger so many memories and emotions, and how fascinating that is, that music has that impact and connection to us and on us, that I can listen to one of the Minecraft tracks and just vividly in my mind see and feel and experience some of my favorite memories from when I would hear those tracks growing up. And it's the same way with any other song. I play a song I haven't listened to in 3 years. I can tell you exactly what time period in my life it was from, just based off the images that pop up in my mind, the memories, the people, the emotions. And I think that I've just always thought that was so cool, that there's that access. It's a privilege. I mean, it's really hard to access certain memories unless you've recalled them recently or something triggers it. It's kind of hard to go in there and remember things, but being able to go and have music is almost like a save file for your mind that you can go back into and relive events that you want to relive, and perhaps there's also events you don't want to relive, and so perhaps those songs are banned for you, but I think that's so cool. And what's a song that takes you back to a good time of your life? I remember the early 2000s. My apologies. My phone is allergic to staying alive when I want to record, and so I had to put it on the charger. But I was saying that the early 2000s with Katy Perry, Bruno Mars, Maroon 5, Coldplay, Michael Jackson, not all of that is even 2000s. But those were a good time. That was a good time. What, Imagine Dragons? Who else was big? A lot of people. I can name so many names. Pitbull. So many freaking people, guys. That was a good time in music. It takes me back to a good childhood, I will say. Most of my memories listening to that music is good memories. So, yeah. What are some songs that take you back to good times in your life? I think I already said that, so at this point I'm just repeating myself. But anyways, speaking of music, I'm dying to go listen to music right now and finish my dinner. So we did it, guys. I recorded again. Twice in the same week, guys. Twice in the same mother flipping week. Is this even real? Of course it is. So, let me bring you a little bit closer. Feels so impersonal. What? Hello. I'm leaving now, but not for long. I'll be back soon, and I will miss you guys, and I will be responding to your comments, so leave me as many as you want, because I like them, and I appreciate them from the bottom of my heart. So, I'll see you soon. I hope you have a great week, or weekend, whenever I decide to post this. About to go listen to some music, and start editing this, and then preparing it for the upload ski. So you can expect it soon. Although, you can't expect it at all, because you don't even know it's coming.